Hello everyone, it's Seth, probably better known as Saffron Olive, and it's time for another Instant Deck Tech. And today we are heading to Modern for one of the most absurd decks I have ever seen in the format. This is a deck called Double Moon Walkers, which recently took the Gunslingers to a 5-0 finish in a competitive league on Magic Online, so congrats to the Gunslingers on their finish with the deck. A quick reminder before we break down this insanity, if you enjoy this deck and want to see it made into videos, take a minute, click the like button, leave a comment, subscribe to the channel, anything you can do to support your deck, because whichever is most popular gets made into videos next week. So let's talk Double Moonwalkers. First off, the double part of the name comes from the card Doubling Season. 5-mana enchantment, and it doubles things. It doubles the amount of tokens that would be made for anything you control that makes tokens, and it doubles the amount of counters that would be put on any permanent you control. So, what are we looking to double up with Doubling Season? Well, that's where the Walkers thing comes in. So, plan A with the deck is to play Planeswalkers who enter the battlefield with twice as much loyalty thanks to Doubling Season, and some of those Planeswalkers gain enough loyalty from Doubling Season that you get to ultimate them right away. So, case in point, Jace, Architect of Thought. Normally comes in with 4 loyalty, costs -8 to ultimate, an ultimate that allows you to search your deck and your opponent's deck for a card and cast it without paying its mana cost. Well, if you have a Doubling Season, Jace comes in with 8 loyalty, and right away you can ultimate it, get your opponent's best card, get your best card, hopefully win the game. Nihiri the Harbinger comes in with 4, ultimates at 8, lets you search your library for an artifact or creature, put it on the battlefield, it gains haste, blah blah blah, but you can ultimate that one right away too. And Xenagos the Reveler works with both parts of Doubling Season, comes in with 3, ultimates at 6, and lets you exile the top 7 cards of your library and play any number of creatures or lands without paying their mana cost. It also makes tokens, as it's a 0 ability, 2/2 red and green satyrs with haste, but instead of a 2/2, you would get 2 2/2s for its 0 ability. Also, all these cards can potentially or definitely get you an Emrakul the Aeon's Torn with their ultimate. So that's kind of the way the deck wins the game. You got a Doubling Season, you play Nihiri, you immediately get an Emrakul, or you have a Doubling Season, you play Jace, you immediately ultimate, get the Emrakul, win the game that way. Then there's a couple other Planeswalkers that can ultimate immediately, but do not get you Emrakul. Ralzeric comes in with 4 loyalty, ultimates at 7, so it would come in with 8 with Doubling Season, and you flip 5 coins, and you take an extra turn for each one that comes up heads. So Ral is, with Doubling Season, take somewhere between 0 and 5 extra turns for 4 mana. Really crazy. And then Elspeth Sun's Champion makes 3 1/1 white soldiers for her +1, which of course would be 6 1/1 white soldiers with the Doubling Season. And you can also immediately emblem if you have a bunch of tokens around from other Planeswalkers, other sources. And the emblem with the ultimate gives all your creatures +2/+2 in flying. So if you get a bunch of tokens, you ultimate Elspeth immediately with Doubling Season and probably just fly over for the win. The rest of the Planeswalkers work more with the token part of Doubling Season and aren't really interested in ultimating. Nissa makes a 0/1 plant, 2 0/1 plants. She also can -2 and put a +1/+1 counter on each creature, which would be 2 +1/+1 counters on each creature. So lots of synergy there. Gideon makes a 2/2 White Knight ally token for 0 ability, or 2 Knight ally tokens. Gideon Jura, I think, is mostly to keep you alive. It starts with 6 loyalty, which would be 12, and it forces your opponent's creatures to attack with the +2. So pretty much, you just plus Gideon, and your opponent's never going to be able to attack you. Chandra only makes 4 3/1 red elemental creatures with haste with a Doubling Season on the battlefield, or she enters the battlefield with 8 loyalty and can -X to kill basically anything in the format. A bunch of mana creatures: Arbor Elf, Birds of Paradise, Noble Hierarch, Sylvan Caryatid, helps you ramp into your Planeswalkers, fixes your colors. Plus, the deck has something else weird going on. So you got 4 Oath of Nissa. You're thinking, okay, these help fix mana for my Planeswalkers, help me find more Planeswalkers. Awesome. That's pretty cool. Well, the deck is a ton of colors and it's playing main deck Blood Moons. So with Oath of Nissa, you can spend mana of any color to cast your planeswalkers. Blood Moon is going to make pretty much all your mana sources red, because you're going to turn all your non-basics into mountains. But if you have an Oath of Nissa and a Blood Moon, you can just pay red mana to cast your Jaces and your Elspeths and your Gideons in the mana base. Bunch of fetches, a bunch of shocks, only 4 basic forests. And then we have a few utility lands. Township can pump up your tokens. Remember, doubles the counters with Doubling Season. Westville Abbey makes a 1/1 token, or 2 1/1 tokens if you got the Doubling Season. Horizon Canopy draws you a card. Nykthos can add some extra mana. Sideboard, got the rest of the Blood Moon, so you can go up to the full 4. Fog and Leyline of Sanctity help prevent your planeswalkers from dying. Then we got Worship. Sylvan Caryatid's in the main deck, but you got the Wombo combo. Bring in your Worships, you got the defending Hexproofian Sylvan Caryatid. So until your opponent finds a way of killing the Caryatid or the Worship, you just really can't lose by damage. Then a bunch of the best sideboard cards in the format. Stony Silence for Affinity, Rest in Peace for graveyard decks, and Engineered Explosives to take care of whatever tokens your opponent might have around, or other non-creature permanents that are cheap. And that is the craziness of double Moonwalkers in Modern. Anyway, that has been our instant deck tech for today. I hope you enjoyed double Moonwalkers, and I will talk to you soon.